How's it going, everybody? Halfway Curly here, and 2023 is coming to an end, and we had a pretty good year in MMA. There's been a lot of exciting events, a lot of memorable moments, and overall, I can't complain on how the year went. And so this is the last video of the year. I just wanted to give a send off to UFC 2023, and the first thing I want to do is honor those memorable people who retired. I have a list here. First, we want to say thank you for your services to Shogun Rua, Glover Teixeira, Fedor Emelianenko, Kevin Lee, Shan Song Yong, the Korean Zombie, George Masvidal, Amanda Nunes, and Robbie Lawler. You guys will be remembered. Thank you for your services. Amen, brothers. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is my prospect of the year for 2023. There's a lot of people who come into the UFC every year. Some people do really good, some people do really small, some people are just getting started. And for me, first thing I had like kind of two people on my mind, and well, I just want to give one honorable mention, and it's Bo Nickel. He came into the UFC this year. He had two finishes, were pretty good. He seems like a very exciting prospect. Hopefully he keeps winning. Maybe he'll become a champ. We'll see. But to me, the prospect of the year for 2023 is Diego Lopez. He had a memorable debut where he just had like a really fun fight. Even though he lost, he kept trying and going for submissions and everything. And for me, that makes him really exciting, and I think Dana White really liked him. So even though he lost, he still kept him around. His next fight, he won, and then the fight after that, he won again. So he went 2-1 this year, and I'm really excited to see him climb the featherweight rankings. And yeah, so he's my prospect of the year. So the next award is going to go to the men's fighter of the year. And there's been a lot of good fighters this year who had amazing performances. Some honorable mentions will include Islam Makhachev when he defended his belt 2 times against Alexander Volkanovski and became pound-pound #1 fighter in the UFC. And then of course Alex Pereira, he went up a weight and became a 2-weight champion this year. The only reason I didn't give him the 2023 fighter of the year was just because in the beginning of the year he got knocked out by Izzy, and you know that's not really a good look if you want to be the fighter of the year. If he didn't get knocked out, he probably would have been on the #1. But to me, the fighter of the year is Sean Strickland. He had 3 fights this year, and he won all of them. The 2 fights were against like non-ranked people, but he won. And then the last fight was the most important fight of his life when he dominated Izzy and became the middleweight champion, the hugest upset in recent memory. And due to that performance, I'm giving him the fighter of the year. He impressed me the most. The next award I want to give is to the women fighter of the year, and I think it's undoubtedly has to be Alexa Grasso. Back in March, she pulled off one of the biggest upsets in recent memory in women's, besides Amanda Nunes and Juliana Pena. But I think that was more of a fluke, to be honest, because we saw when they rematched, Juliana got beat up. But Alexa Grasso came and beat Valentina Shevchenko, one of the most dominant women fighters of all time. And then when they rematched in September, I don't know. I was feeling kind of nervous watching that fight live because, I think Alexa had a lot of success. She kept getting taken down and kind of like getting controlled on the floor. And I mean, I can kind of see why it was a draw, but like in my head, I kind of feel like maybe Valentina should have won, but like a draw is a draw, I guess, and she's still a champ. But due to her like very impressive performance against Valentina in March, I'm giving her the nod, and she is the fighter of the year for me. Now we're gonna talk about the KO of the year. There's about a lot of amazing KOs. Some that come to mind for the year is Benoit Saint-Denis KOing Matt Favola at UFC 295. That was incredible. He measured his distance well and kicked Favola in the forehead as he was walking away. Like, it was very amazing to see live. And then there was also Justin Gaethje knocking out Dustin Poirier and a lot of things like that. But to me, for what it meant, storyline leading up to it, has to be Israel Adesanya's knockout of Alex Pereira. Even though I'm an Alex Pereira fanboy, and it hurts me to say it, that knockout was probably the most memorable and most important and impactful knockout of the year. Especially because he's already lost to Alex 3 times, and he finally got his get back. and because of that, it wins knockout of the year for me. Our next award we're going to give out is the submission of the year for 2023. As it's mixed martial arts, there's submissions going on all the time, but the one that was most impactful and most memorable to me was a submission that Alexa Grasso had on Valentina Shevchenko at UFC 285. Like I said, I was watching this live, and the way that Alexa timed Valentina's like spinning kick to take her back and take her to the floor, where she began to sink in the rear naked choke type of thing. It wasn't really under the neck, but it was on the chin. It was really impressive, and like I remember I just stood up and I was like, oh my god, it can be. And then when Valentina tapped and we had another Mexican champion, I was so psyched. It was incredible, and I was so happy because I love Mexican people. They are my people, and I love to see them win. And yeah, because of everything and the way she took her back and defeated the dominant champion, I have to give her the nod for submission of the year. Now we're on to the fight of the year. There's been a lot of incredible fights this year. Some that come to mind is Islam versus Volk 1, Jalen Turner versus Dan Hooker. But to me, the one that I was like getting up and doing backflips in my seat watching was the one between Brandon Moreno and Alexander Pantoja. That fight was incredible. Like, I think the best thing about flyweights and those like lower weight guys is that they can keep fighting and fighting. There's not a lot of knockouts, but they have like so little mass that they can throw and throw and throw. And that's what we saw in that fight. It was bloody. Moreno broke his hand, but at the end of the day, it was a war. And Pantoja won. Fair credit to him. But yeah, incredible fight, and it takes my fight of the year for 2023. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. It's a little short one, but I just wanted to talk about the biggest memorable things about the year for me. I hope you guys had a good year and celebrating it good with your family. Thank you guys for all the support we've had the last couple of months on the channel. Hoping that 2024 is nicer and maybe we can grow the channel even more. Start building the channel and being a more fan base. But yeah, guys, it's been Halfway Curly. Last one, 2023. Signing out. Peace.